need for results with the effort that you seem to be getting from your team?
Well, you monitor it, and I think you got to be really careful as a coach as far as what your team's doing. There comes a time, and I think we're there, where you feel your team's certainly hasn't been dogs, but still haven't found a way to do something to win a hockey game. We're there, and we need to find a way to get someone or a group of people or a momentum swing in a game to help us kick over into a win.
Does that mean shortening the bench at times? Do you kick into a different mode because of that?
Yeah, if need be. Like I've always said, I go into games open as far as what's going on with our players. I think more so this year, I feel much more comfortable using our bench because I think we're more of a balanced group, and I think we have better players. I think our young kids have grown, and I think we've made some changes with our lineup, and as I've said right along, and I still believe today, I think we're a good hockey club. But at certain times, in certain situations, I have to watch that, and if someone is going, we'll try to get him in other situations. If someone isn't, you may move things around, but I certainly don't rehearse myself. I just let that happen during the game.
And along those same lines, when you look at the season unfold differently every year, is this when it's exciting for players and for coaches?
At this time of year? Yeah. I think this is where, for us, and we're still in a process of trying to build this hockey club, and I'm anxious to see what guys step up. I think we get in these type of situations when you have a little struggle, and this is really our first main one of the year, but also take a look at what's going on around you. I'm anxious to see what guys will step up here, and that helps you in your decision making as you keep going along and building your hockey club. Is this your show today?
That's all I got.
You have any more questions?
Not for the camera.
Do you go back to Hank tonight?
Yes.
Yeah,
he'll play tonight. Yeah.
And Delzato's going to play also?
Yes.
And Emmy sits?
Emmy's out.
You've had the same lines now for the last couple of games. Are you looking to keep them consistently together because of what you've seen from some of those groups over the course of the year?
Yeah, I didn't keep them together in Detroit. I changed them around in Detroit, but I wanted to go back to them. I don't think in Detroit some guys were going. Some key guys were going. So I don't want to throw away the combinations that I'd like to see work. I think I like Boyle's line. Sean and Pruster, I think they've added quite a bit to us here as far as the forechecking part of the game. I know a Nissimov line has played together before and have been very good. The kids have played together at Stepan's line, and I'm trying to get Prospel and Gabby together with Eric in the middle. So we'll start the game again tonight. I don't want to use Detroit as to throw it all away. I want to see if we can get some sort of stability with those lines, and we'll make our decisions along the way.
On the Gabrick line, you've got one guy that hasn't played all year, another guy who's been out for 12 or 15 and hadn't played, especially, he's been pretty inconsistent with her. And you've got the right wing who hasn't, so you've got three guys who are kind of looking to find something at the same time. Where
are they?
Well, I guess, where are they, and what do they have to grab onto, I guess?
Well, you hope, I think the big thing, like I said with Gabby, the thing he has to grab onto is his legs. I mean, that is his strength of his game, is his skating. And I think little by little, it's still inconsistent. I think there are times that he's really effective with his skating. Vinny Prospel, again, like I said, I thought his first game back through adrenaline and all that, I thought he was probably our best forward. It hasn't been that good since, or I shouldn't say has dipped a little bit, which is to be expected. Eric, as you know, we go round and round with him with his skill level and his playmaking ability. I thought in the tape there were certain times where we tried to kick him a little bit. To be honest with you, during the game, he played really well. We're hoping as a group that they realize how much we need them and kind of grab one another as far as push one another along the way here. It'd be easy for me to split them up and do different things, but then it follows things up for some other lines that I think are pretty good lines. So I'm trying to balance that. I really am. I'm trying to balance that. And again, I'm not locked in with my lines. I have to make reads as the game goes on. But that line is a very important line for us. I think that's what you're asking.
Well, and I'm suggesting that
You
really
coach him.
nobody's, well, I haven't gotten it, well, it depends what the offer is. No, it's just like nobody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
None of them really have any positive
Yeah.
reinforcement at this point
Yeah.
to latch onto. So you've got three guys trying to find their own games and trying to find their game as a unit at the same time, which,
Yep.
and at this time of year, it's a little harder to do. It's
Yeah,
October.
especially with the injuries that the other two guys have had. But I want to give it a longer look. I want to give it a chance, and we'll see where it goes. And it's a good question, Larry. It is, but you understand what I'm saying. The other side, there are some lines that I like, and so I have to balance that. And I'm hoping that the constant questions about the same guys kind of lends itself to them as that, you know what, we just simply got to do something different here to turn this around and see if they can mix and see if they can get it done.
How do you think Delzato's handled all he's been through this year?
He's done okay. It's been I think the young player over here has gone through a little bit of the same thing here, the young defenseman, and really through the league. He has, I think at first was a bit of a shock that he was going down. I think he settled in and tried to work at the things we wanted him to work at. He's come back up, and for me, more importantly, some of the things off the ice and preparation and mindset and the mental part of it, I think he's improved. That's the key for me, because that's the stuff that needs to get straightened out before you even get on the ice as a young man. And so I think he's coming there. I think his game hasn't been great, but I think he's, little by little, he's beginning to steady himself. And to be fair to him, I think he's nervous. I think it's a situation he didn't expect, especially how he splashed on here when he first came into the league. So it's a little bit of a different situation with him in trying to understand him. So have we solved all the problems? Has he? No, but I think he's moving forward in the process. And that's why we're going to keep him here with us and continue the process here with us with the big club.
You mentioned something yesterday about Gabby. You know, sometimes for a goal scorer, the thing is not to score, it's to do the other stuff. How do you relay that, or how does a player, internalize that and try and put that into action?
Yeah, it's hard. Everybody wants production. The coaches want production. You guys are talking about production. Listen, Gabby's not a young kid. He knows, and I think he cares. And you put all those together, and it's hard not to just think about the end result. I think it's our job as coaches to help him along the way and make him realize, let's go through the other part of it, and don't put so much pressure on you. I mean, you can tell he loves scoring goals. I mean, goal scorers love scoring goals. And when they get jammed up, they forget it. They're just thinking about that gratification of that. We're trying to do the other part of it. We're just trying to get him to work through it. And to me, it always has been and always will be, is his legs. And that is the inconsistent part of Gabby's game, is his legs aren't going all the time. And I think little by little he's beginning to understand that. We showed him tape. We've talked to him about it. We've coached him on it. And, we're just hoping that it comes along here at a very important time. No matter what's going on this year, this is the last quarter of the season. This is the part. This is where, and as I said, I answered one question earlier. I'm anxious to see what guys step up in these areas, and we're certainly hoping he's going to be one. And I think he's understanding do the other things first prior to worrying about just scoring the goals.
Never mind you. Were you surprised? He had that good game against the Maple Leafs, and maybe that would have sparked him and got him going. Were you a little surprised he didn't kind of get over the hump after that? And do you think he was surprised that he couldn't follow up on it?
I don't know. I'm not sure if surprised is a word I want to use. I don't know if he and I and the organization had the answer, he wouldn't be mulled in this for so long, and so it's hard to answer that. We're just going to continue trying to help him find the way here, and There is a lot of different ways that he can go. But I think he feels, and I'm hoping, and answering Larry's question, I think Vinny Prospel is a guy that can help him also, because I think Vinny puts pressure on teammates, and in the right way, but I think he demands a lot too. And sometimes it falls, when coaches are always talking, it falls on deaf ears. It's probably that well should be. Peer pressure is the most important thing in this time of year, in this situation here, and hopefully that'll help out.
Are you satisfied with I know you can't be satisfied until the power play actually works better, but are you satisfied with what you saw in the 2 days of power play?
I thought we had 2 good days of
What
practice.
did you accomplish in that?
Just trying to give them a foundation, but allow them to be creative too. And you know, we put in maybe a little bit of a different setup. When we get to that, it's hard to explain, and I'm not going to, but
okay.
yeah, but just trying to regain to play. I mean, you can't map out things. You can't, not in the game of hockey. And the creative people are on the ice because they have creativity. So we just tried to lay our foundation, and then the biggest thing, Zip, that we're trying to work on is puck movement. And that's a huge thing with Gabby. I think that's a big part of the struggles that he's had in the power play, is he wants to hold on to it all the time. And,
On the power play
on the
included.
power play, yeah. Well, most of the power play, it really hurts him because, and then teams just key on him. They can adjust to him. Sometimes when, especially in today's game, when you don't have the puck and you're a goal scorer or a really creative player, sometimes it's best not to have the puck. Let them defend over there, and then you're going to get some ice to play on. And that's been a point of contention all year long with Gabby, is that you got to give it up too to get it back. And I thought we had a much the 2 days we worked on it, that was a really big point of emphasis, and I think we practiced it very well.
Maybe this is another one of those questions where if you had the answer, it wouldn't even be a question that had to be asked. But he's such a good skater, Gabby, that you know, you talk about his legs not being in it. How is that the case?
I don't know. I think it is. I think it is because he cares, and he has a lot of things going on. And I've said it, you can't be thinking on the ice. You know, it may sound stupid, but if you're thinking on the ice, it does paralyze you. And so he's got to allow his game to go. He's got to allow his game to go, but it starts right there. He is just a phenomenal skater, and I think that he may not score the goal. He may open up other people just with his pressure when he does have it. But it's a tough question to answer. Again, if he or I or anybody had that answer, it wouldn't be a struggle right now. So we're going to continue to work at it. Okay.